It's been a bit over 2 months since I moved into my Seattle apartment, and it's certainly begun to feel like home. The walls are now adorned with all the herbs of spring, set here to dry for later use, among other purposes. And each room has fallen into place in what I feel is perfect harmony with this old building. This apartment was built many years ago, back before electricity or a handful of other conveniences, so the place is full of quirks and character, each placed over time as the need arose or things changed. I find this gives a great deal of charm to the old rooms, not to mention the stories ingrained in the wood of the floors and the bricks of the walls. These simple imperfections tell the tales of the many lives lived here before, and I feel grateful to be the next to tell my own. This apartment opens to a simple entryway that extends off into a living room, a kitchen, and a dining room, while there's a full bath and 2 bedrooms as well. I plan to focus the majority of this video on the main shared spaces mentioned before. Though I will still share some of my favorite bits of the other rooms, such as the clawfoot tub and my fire escape garden. But for now, let's begin with the living room. This room is among the favorites of the dogs. They love to spend a great deal of the day snoozing in the old green chairs, tucked into their favorite lookout spot in one of the 2 bay windows of this apartment. This room is also stocked quite full of only part of my herb collection, along with some of my favorite finds and art. I've spent a great deal of time trying to figure out what to do with this wall, even working with you all to find suggestions and ideas of how to decorate it. And after a few different designs, it finally feels right. Through this space we enter into the dining room, or perhaps, as it's more commonly used, my workspace. This is the room where I spend the majority of my days, working with herbal experiments and tending to my other jobs. This space also holds some of my favorite finds. If you've been here a while, you'll recognize the haunted table tucked into the second of the 2 bay windows, cluttered with herbs, tools, and other bits and bobs. In front of it falls the dining table, a find I can't believe I made. It's a beautiful and unique vintage piece that was sold to me for next to nothing. And with it, I've finally been able to place all of my vintage chairs that I've found over the years. Each one a different style and decade, yet somehow they fit together in harmony here. And finally, we come to the kitchen. This space is still a bit of a work in progress, and there's only so much you can do with a rental in the city, but it's beginning to fall into place. The walls are filled with my collections of vintage copper and iron, and it has my favorite detail of the whole place, the hand towel. In addition to these spaces, as I noted before, I've grown an herb and flower garden out my bedroom window on the fire escape. It's one of my favorite things to look to in the mornings when waking up, and it's been a great joy to cook with so many fresh kitchen herbs again. And that's just about it for this neat old place. It's filled to the brim with character and charm, and it's a place I feel I could call home for a while. I'm sure I will continue to fiddle with these spaces, and of course I will be adding more herbs to the walls as the seasons pass, along with more collections of odds and ends as more finds are made. I hope you enjoyed getting a glimpse into my home, and I hope to see you again soon.